Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carryandcur YouTube channel. If you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and check out our Instagram at Carryandcut and our Patreon at Carryandcut also. Sure do appreciate all the patron support. All the proceeds are going to go directly back in the channel to buy new knives and new equipment to help make the quality and the content better for you guys. So today, we're going to be doing a disassembly video. Got the tools out. That's pretty exciting. I know it's been a while since we've done a disassembly video, and I was kind of getting really busy there for a minute. And I wanted to get some videos put out, and I didn't really have all the time to redo every single video, kinda, and do a disassembly video for all the knives. So we're going to get back into it now. We kind of got caught up on some stuff. So if you guys missed the full review of this knife, this is the Stedemon knife. It's the ZKC C02. So this is definitely a pretty cool knife, a nice full-size knife at that, to boot there. So we do have a, my favorite thing about this knife was actually the oversized pivots on the oversized pivot. Not really oversized pivot. T8s are pretty common on the pivots, but all the other screws, so the body screws and the pocket clip screws, that is definitely pretty interesting. And I do love to see that thing. So right now we're perfectly centered on this thing. And the lack of a liner on the one side is another thing that's very interesting about this knife. So let's go ahead and get this thing taken apart here. We only need one driver for this thing. So we got a T8. And that is pretty awesome. So really do love that. The ease, the ease of maintenance is going to be really high on this knife. So let's see if we can get this other one popped out of here. Pocket clip. And that's another prime example of why we want to keep our screws where they come out of. So look right there. So we got a long one on the top of the pocket clip there, and we have a short one going on there at the bottom. So that is definitely something to make, keep note of. So look at that difference right there. And of course, the top one was going through that barrel spacer, and I'm not sure what the actual length on that one, but the bottom one was just going directly into the side of the liner. So we're going to keep those separate over here on the actual pocket clip itself. So let's keep on going around. Since we got this side going, we'll just knock this side out of here. Hopefully it doesn't spin, and it doesn't. So that's going to be pretty nice. And I bet these are all going to be probably the same size from here on out. But we'll just take a gander at that as we go. So now, let's go ahead and get our pivot out of here, why don't we? Just like so. Really do like that big oversized pivot though. It's definitely pretty cool. Whoa. Our thing sprung apart on us. Alright, so we got a blade flying out. Huh. What is going on there? So we got, so that's going in for the stop pin right there. Well, that's pretty cool. So we're just going to go ahead and leave those actual barrel spacers in there in the back. Man, we just had a lot of stuff happen there at one time, so I really got to process what's going on here. So let's go ahead and get that driver out of the way. We got our two sides of the scales here, and we have our stop pin integrated in. It's not integrated, it's actually set in there onto our actual liner side of the knife. So that's going to go just like so, like that. And then our barrel is going to be coming through this way, and it is, you can only make it go one way. So what am I trying to say? You got to make sure it's indexed just right. We have multi-row bearings, so that's pretty cool. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on here in the pivot. So we have a nylon based bearing material, but we do have I don't know if those are ceramic or what's going on there. It looked like steel shot to me. So it went like that, just like so. And then on the flip side of the knife, we were going on just like this, of course with our bearing in there, and then this funny dude right here. It's kind of crazy looking. Never seen this before. It actually goes onto the stop pin just like so, and through the barrel, through the pivot. So that's a pretty interesting design of how they got that going there. And of course, once you unlock your pivot just like so, the blade's going to fall shut just like any other typical liner lock would. Bam, just like that. So you open it up, liner lock engages, just like that, and we got to lock up. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and clean this thing up, why don't we? Definitely interesting. I've never seen any knife design use that yet, so that's pretty cool. So we have our pivot right there. We got our pivot screw. We do have one that we took out of the other side right there. And of course that one was right there. So we're just going to go ahead and leave these barrel spacers in there now. But you can kind of really see how thick that G10 is, and there's no flex, no give or anything on that. So that's pretty awesome to see. Love that. Let's go ahead and get some alcohol going here. Get a couple of these Q-tips nice and soaked up. All right, and I do want to give a huge shout out to everybody that watched the live stream the other night. That was definitely really cool. And this is a couple days later now, but it was awesome to see everybody in there. Really loved to talk to everybody, and just awesome to see all the the names that's really familiar, and even some new names too. So that's all what we're about here, just trying to bring everybody together. And with that being said, I know I said in my previous video I did the review of this knife that there was some potential scammers trying to go on something about message me on Telegram, and that is definitely something that I will never do. I am not anybody that uses Telegram, not affiliated with them, don't even have an account with that, so I don't know what's going on there, and it's just a shame to see that people are trying to get one over on at least my fan base or anybody like that. I can't believe they're going after such a small channel like mine. It's just kind of crazy that there isn't a whole bunch of people out here watching, but it's still, crazy and kind of heartbreaking in a way. I don't want anybody to try to take advantage of my fans, especially for something, something like this. We're just trying to have fun and, trying to give back to you guys. That's the whole point of it, trying to give back to the people that, support me with a couple knives. And I just hate to see that someone's trying to take advantage of that. And it really, pretty heartbreaking, actually. So, hate to see that, and I'm sorry that if anybody did get contacted through that. I am very sorry about that. I did get some emails about it, and hopefully, I don't know. Another guy said that it seems like it's happened to everybody, so that is just completely mind-blowing, and I hate to hear that. All right, so let's go ahead and start getting this thing assembled back together. We're going to be putting the pivot through this side like so, right there. And let's go ahead and set our bearing. Let's go ahead and put just a little bit of KPL. All of my tools are going to be linked down in the description below if you guys would like to check those out. It's completely up to you, but it does help my channel if you do so. So they're all very affordable. All right, let's go ahead and put that right there. Go throw our bearing on there. Go ahead and hit these with a couple little spots here. I do like that multi-row bearing system though. That is definitely pretty cool to see. For the price of this knife, the awesome stuff that you're getting is definitely pretty cool. It's kind of innovative in a way. I've really never seen the one side of the G10 be so thick and not actually have a steel liner and still not have any flex in it. That is definitely really cool. Alright, so make sure we get that in the right spot, and I think we did. Now we are going to put this stuff back together on there. Our liners snap right in our back side. So let's go ahead and get our Locktite out. Alright, don't need to go crazy on this, just get a little bit going on here. Let's kind of set this down, hopefully it doesn't spring apart on us here, which it shouldn't. Alright, easier to do it this way. I think our Loctite's getting dried out on us a little bit. Need to cut some off the top there. Alright, so now we got some goo going on there. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. Never forget that. Loctite's point is not to, well, it's to keep it tight for one, but you don't need to nail these things down like crazy. Remember, we're just working with a pocket knife here. Nothing too crazy. Snug that down. We'll come through and actually do a full tighten on it. Let's go ahead and get our clip on here. We can get that one off for now, but this one actually does run through that back barrel spacer, so go ahead and get some Loctite on there. Snug this one down. Just like so. Go ahead and do this one while we're at it. Alright, hopefully you guys had fun with that live stream too. I thought it was really cool and exciting just to see everybody, talk to everybody. It was just a really cool thing. I'm glad I had the opportunity to do it, and was actually able to give back to you guys in some sort of way. Alright, this is a giant, enormous pivot. Let's see if we can get some Loctite on this thing. And I really do like this knife. It's kind of different. It's definitely different, I'll say that. definitely unlike anything that I've ever really seen before. Make sure we get it started in there straight, just like so. And snug it down. Alright, so we're a little off right now. We'll go ahead and tighten it up a little bit more. If you have one side of the knife that's wanting to be a little bit, you know, I wouldn't even say cantankerous, but if your blades want to drift one way or another, if you kind of take off your, loosen up your body screws and force your blade over to the one way, normally that does take some of it out of there. Awesome action. Centering still isn't quite there yet. Need to do some more massaging on that. Let's see if we can go ahead and, sometimes if you kind of pry something in there, I wouldn't use the word pry, that's not the right word I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and chop one of these Q-tips up, see if we can just kind of shove it in there. Oop, there it went. Alright, maybe we get in there like so, just like that, holding the blade over to the one side. Let's go ahead and loosen up our body screws. Everything is kind of realigned, hopefully. See if this does the trick. Hopefully so. Get and loosen our pivot back up too. All right. So there, we're almost there. That lock bar is aggressive. Alright, so I'll just have to fiddle with this one a little bit more though. Nothing too crazy. Some people it doesn't bug, but it definitely does bug me, especially since this is Jimmie's knife. I want to take the absolute best care of it that I can and give it to him in perfect working order. So I'm going to go ahead and fiddle this thing a little bit more, but we're almost there. Thing looks just a great knife overall. Really do like it. The quality of it's great. Ease of maintenance is, you know, incredibly good on this thing. So make sure you guys check out the full review. I'll have a link in the description on both these videos to go take a look at. So thank you very much. Until next time, appreciate it. Thanks.